Are bidding wars in the Warner Robins real estate market finally over? Is the insanity finally ending? What's up everyone and welcome back to another video. My name is Mischa Thompson, your favorite Warner Robins real estate agent with The Real Broker. At the beginning of the year, the Warner Robins market was still blazing hot. We saw multiple offers way above list price and under contract within hours of being listed. But we are seeing a change, and in this video, I'll show you exactly what is changing. Let's go. Why was the real estate market beginning of 2022 even crazier than the last 2 years? Well, that probably has to do with the announcement of the Federal Reserve that they will have multiple interest rate hikes over the year, and people just wanted to take advantage of the low interest rates of the 3% interest rates and buy houses before the interest rates spike and they cannot afford them anymore. So beginning of the year, people jumped in and bought houses with low interest rates before they hiked and hiked and hiked again. That's probably why beginning of 2022 was way crazier than it was the last 2 years. I mean, just take a look at the interest rates right now. As of May 15th, 2022, we are looking at 5.5% for a 30-year fixed rate conforming loan and 5.3% for an FHA loan. While at the beginning of the year, we were looking at 3.3%. So we hiked about 2.2% over the last 4 months. That is a big difference, and that will certainly change the market right now. It sadly will push a lot of buyers out of the market, and a lot of buyers that were looking at $300,000, $400,000 homes now have to adjust their budget. Home prices didn't go lower, but the interest rates went up. So this has been a big shock for the real estate market and all the buyers that are still looking to purchase a home, because now you're looking at 2% more, and that can be hundreds of dollars in mortgage payments monthly. I think a lot of people did not expect that the Federal Reserve will hike the interest rates up to 5.5% in the manner and the speed they actually did it. A lot of the economists predicted interest rates of 4.5 to 5% by the end of the year. And we're not even in the middle of the year and we're already at 5.5%. And you know what? The Federal Reserve did announce that they are going to do another hike. So it is just crazy, and a lot of people did not expect that to happen that fast. This will most definitely impact the market a lot, and it will slow it down. I actually already feel, or have been feeling, the slowdown for the last couple of weeks. Houses have been longer on the market. We have seen way more price reductions than we have seen over the last 2 years in general. And then we see buyers that are forced down into a lower price segment, and some buyers are forced out of the market completely by that. We still have a very low inventory, which indicates that the market has not cooled down yet completely. But when it comes to a bidding war perspective, instead of 10 to 15 offers, we now see 1 to 5 offers, which for buyer, it's less competitive. And that's probably because a lot of buyers got forced out of the market, or a lot of buyers got forced into a different price segment. They were previously for $300,000 and now they have to find the same amount of house for $200,000, which is going to be humongous task because home prices have not changed. The only thing that changed yet is the interest rates. When it comes to price reductions, over the last 2 years, we barely saw any price reductions unless the agent priced the house way too high and there was no interest for that house from buyers at all. But over the last couple of weeks, we've seen more and more price reduction on properties because there are no buyers coming and looking at the houses. They'll need to sell their house and they need to do something. So price reductions are more and more common. In my market, in the last 10 days, 100 houses came on the market and 50 houses had a price reduction. I think that we will see more and more price reductions in more homes that sit on the market longer than they did the last 2 years. That's just something we haven't seen over the last 2 years in this crazy real estate market, but it is about to happen. So I'm not saying that the market is gonna crash. Don't get me wrong, and don't put words in my mouth, because I know on YouTube a lot of people, they do that stuff. But I'm not saying it's gonna crash. I think the market is gonna backpedal and eventually normalize finally, which is great, because over the last 2 years, we had the sellers up here, the buyers down here, and it was so uneven. It was frustrating for buyers and their agents. It was so competitive that some buyers just said, I'm out of here, I gonna wait. And now they waited and the interest rates went up by 2.5%. It's crazy. When it comes to home prices, I don't think home prices will go down. I think home prices will still go up, but they will go up at a normal rate. In the last 2 years, home prices went up by 17 to 20% a year. And we all knew that was not sustainable and had to normalize at one point. I think this year might be the year where we go back to 3 to 5% increase in prices over the year instead of 17 to 20. To be honest, the only thing that really could have stopped the craziness over the last 2 years, and we all know it, was an interest rate hike. But I think a lot of people were shocked how fast that interest rate hike came from the Federal Reserve. They didn't expect it to be that fast, and all of a sudden it is here. We went up 2% in only 4 months. And I personally think that people will get used to those 5%, or it probably will normalize over the next couple of years between 4 to 5%. A lot of people who got in the housing market over the last 2 years never bought a house before. So the first time they bought a house, the interest rates, or all they knew was 3% and a little bit above, but they didn't know that years back interest rates were at 7 or 11%. And 13 years ago, the interest rates were at 5%. That was the last time it was above 5%. But even in 2019, we saw an interest rate hike to 4%, and then pandemic hit and they lowered it to get the housing market fluctuating and people buying. But the low interest times are over for now. So be prepared to pay 4.5 to 6% from now on until something changes that completely stalls the market, where the Feds have to act to keep the market going. Another huge indicator that the bidding wars are over is that the mortgage applications are down by 41%, 6 to 8% week after week. It will eventually flatten and normalize again. The indicators already show us that it will move to that direction, with houses being on the market longer, price reductions, and less offers. And if that market is normalizing, I think we do see a little dip. I know earlier I said I don't think home values will go down, but if the market will normalize, I think we will see a little dip, and then eventually the home prices will get back to normal, 3 to 5% appreciation per year. The whole interest rate hike overnight also has builders hurting. I know here in the Warner Robins area, a lot of builders started building. It's crazy how many homes are being built still. But if you think about the building process is 6 to 8 months, and people cannot lock their rate in. I think 90 is max, 90 days. So 3 months prior to closing. If a home takes 6 to 8 months and they go under contract, within those 3 months, they actually can lock in their rate. Their rate could hike like 1% up, and all of a sudden those people are not able to afford the house anymore at all. And it has happened over the last couple of weeks where houses got pricier because of building materials, and then by the time they went under contract, people were at 3.6%. By the time they were able to lock in their rate, all of a sudden they were at 5.2%, and now their whole dream home bubble bursted because now they cannot afford it anymore. And that is going to be a huge issue with builders, especially if a lot of them build spec houses in the higher price ranges, because a lot of people who were able to afford those $450,000 homes are not able to anymore due to interest rate hikes, and now they got to look at $350,000 to $400,000 homes. So this is probably going to hurt a lot of builders in the area as well. So this this was my take about the death of the bidding wars in the Warner Robins real estate market. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that like button. Put a comment in the comments below. Let me know what you think or what your take is. I appreciate you watching. If you are new to me or new to this channel and you want to see more of those videos, consider subscribing and turning that notification bell on so you will stay up to date whenever I upload one. If you have any questions about real estate, I'm a real estate agent here in the Warner Robins area. Reach out to me. My contact information is in the description below, and I'll see you in the next one.